welcome back. Part 3 of driving with the parking brake on. So if you haven't seen the other two videos, go ahead and take a look at those. Here's the idea. When our bodies, when our lives, when our nervous systems get overloaded, it's like breaking a circuit. Stress overloads the system. Stress is cumulative. Stress tends to come from 3 different areas. Physical stress, chemical and toxic stress from the food we eat and the water we drink, and third, emotional and mental stress. Unless we're able to fully process what is each moment, unless we're fully able to digest all of the events of our life, and unless we're able to have a great sense of awareness, moment to moment, of what's happening inside of us and what's happening outside of us, we tend to accumulate junk. Our closets get filled, they get dusty, you get psychic dust bunnies, and we start driving with the parking brake on. What happens when we do that? Well, a few things. A, your parking brake gets shot, it smells bad, and then you probably have something on your dashboard which is telling you, hey, dummy, take the parking brake off. So what do we do in our culture? Well, we say, ooh, I don't like that sign that's telling me to turn the parking brake off. That might actually be inconvenient. It's like this. If you don't feel that you have time to pull over on the freeway to fill your gas tank when your gas gauge says empty, that's the same thing as saying, obviously you're going to run out of gas, and this is the same thing as saying, you know, I don't have time to take care of myself. I don't have time to deal with the effects of stress that are showing up in my life, which are going to be physical problems, emotional and mental challenges, disconnection, a sense of dis-ease, a sense of not being well, and unfortunately the 4 major degenerative diseases that are killing people in the Western world are heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and stroke. Depression, by the way, I just heard on the way over, is now the #1 cause of disability in the United States and Europe, according to the World Health Organization, totaling billions of dollars every single year. Most aspects of depression are going to be stress-related. It's driving with this parking brake on for so many years that the system shuts down. So I just want to talk about this part 3. In part 1 and 2, I kind of defined the problem, and then we talked about some of the ins and outs of the human nervous system. But it's really simple. Part 3 is, what do we do about it? Well, first, if your system is overloaded and your nervous system is the human circuit breaker and those circuits break, then that means the nerve flow, the life force flow, the flow of the intelligent wisdom of your body to the different parts of you get cluttered up. We don't work as well. We get injured faster and then we heal slower. The thing is that only 10% of your nervous system is actually dealing with pain. So the reality is you don't know how the cells in your body or how the organs in your body are acting or reacting to the stress typically until we feel symptoms or we have a named problem. So one of the first things that we can do is have our nervous system get checked. Make sure that it's functioning at 100%, and if it's not, to do something about it. Personally, and this is just obviously my bias and my opinion, but the work that I do, which is called network spinal analysis, along with a sister modality we call Semadar respiratory integration. Boy, those 2 words are quite a mouthful. Those 2 things are quite a mouthful. These are simple ways to have your nervous system assessed, checked, and amazing tools to get the function rocking back again, to balance your emotions, to totally get your sense of self connected to this vibrant self that you are, to take really healthy behaviors and to have an amazing awareness. I mean, these 2 things are so powerful because A, what they do is we systematically help reset the circuit breaker, but it inclines your body and your mind to joy and vitality. Well, why does it do that? Because remember we were talking about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. Remember, sympathetic is the one that gets freaked out. It's the one that feels like it needs to run from the saber-toothed tiger. The more you do that, the more you're going to hardwire the stress response in your body. So when you're not even thinking about it, you're acting stressed. Your muscles are stressed. Your posture is stressed. Your nerves are stressed. Your organs are stressed. Your biochemistry is stressed, right? So the more we do these science-based, evidence-based tools to rewrite the script, we actually get this opportunity, this incredible golden opportunity to rewrite the script for ourselves, to literally change the architecture of our brains so that we're hardwired for joy, so that we're hardwired for health, so that we're hardwired for healthy emotions, so that we're hardwired to have a sense of self that resonates with this, and so that our brain is hardwired to take positive actions which create positive results. It's incredible, and it actually takes a lot less than we think it does. So network spinal analysis is a very evolved form of chiropractic care, which is very gentle and doesn't include any of the snapping, cracking, or popping, or sort of WWF wrestling type moves. It's just a very gentle approach, and there's some other great approaches within my profession as well, and I give them all their due respect, and this tends to be what works best for me and my clients. So I just want to say that this is just imperative and so important to work with someone who's a wellness coach and a wellness expert and really knows how to work with this system. The second thing is learn to breathe. I mean, absolutely learn to breathe, and we have whole workshops and retreats and different things we do to teach this, but this is an instantaneous tool that most of us do because we're so stressed out. Another great organization is called The Art of Living, and they have a whole introductory course. It's profound breathing techniques, which I personally have been using for every day for almost 7 years in conjunction with the work I do here. Love that. Third, move. Exercise. Get out. The research on exercise is unequivocal. And you know what? If you don't know the right one to do, it doesn't matter. Go do it. I was just driving over here listening to a study based on creativity and exercise. Just a quick 20-minute jog totally flexes your creativity muscles in your brain, and studies were showing that people were doing remarkable things creatively and thinking outside the box and coming up with really cool solutions to given problems, whereas the people who watched a movie basically had none of that. Get out, exercise. You guys, we were born to move, and up until the last 10,000 years, our ancestors were basically out hunting, gathering,